This video is sponsored by Squarespace. I don't mix most of my own glazes. Glaze chemistry is a rabbit hole that, frankly, I'm too scared to go down, but I do mix one of my own glazes, and this is one of the best glazes I've ever used. It's called Glossy Babe. Glossy Babe was developed by a ceramic artist who's way smarter than me. Her name is Mia Mueller, and yes, we do have the same first name. Mia developed what I consider to be the best transparent glaze that I've personally ever worked with, and today I'm going to show you how to make it. These are the materials you're going to need. It's just 5. We need kaolin, dolomite, frit, feldspar, and quartz. Sorry, the names are in German, by the way. I bought all my supplies from Karl-Jäger, and if you're German or anywhere that Karl-Jäger ships, I will have links to these exact materials down below in the video description. But if you're not able to get these materials because ceramic materials are hyper-localized, I've been told that you can use GLAZE to translate this recipe to your local materials. Who told me that? My friend and name twin, Mia, told me that. I really want to give her a massive shout out in this video because not only has she created my favorite transparent glaze that I'm constantly using, but she is also constantly inspiring me with her incredible work. If you're someone who is excited about glaze chemistry and wants to learn more about ceramic materials, I really recommend following her on Instagram. And she has a material research community on Patreon where you can learn about glazes, ask questions, and hang out with like-minded clay people. Mia is someone who I'm incredibly thankful to know because she's so generous with her knowledge and research. And she's just a really great person. So I just wanted to turn you on to someone who I really think you should be following. So I want to make 4 kilograms of glaze, and because we're going to be adding 1 liter of water per kilogram of glaze, it's going to roughly end up being something like 5 to 8 liters of new glaze, like based on the volume to weight ratio of the materials. It doesn't matter. Just make sure you have a big enough bucket. Because I want to make 4 kilograms of the glaze, I need to take all my percentages and multiply them by 4. And in case you forget how to do this whole multiplication thing with percentages, you just move over the decimal point twice. So you want to do 0.195. This is 19% times 4. Okay, so that's 0.78 kilo. Right? So same with 17.5, we're gonna move the decimal point over twice. 0.175 times 4 equals 0.7 kilo. Okay, we're gonna do that all the way down. Now this is how much of each raw material we need. And I know that 40% of you guys watching are American. I'm sorry, we're using metric. I was raised on imperial myself. I'm American originally. And once you go metric, you don't go back, I swear to you. Any sort of scale you have, it's going to be able to deal with grams and kilograms and all that stuff. Like, I'm sorry, metric is better. I'm sorry. Now that we have our material weights, we can finally start mixing the glaze. So I'm going to weigh out each ingredient now and add it to the bucket that I already have. This bucket's still half full of glaze. I just need more. And it's not gonna hurt anything to add it to glaze that's already made. And I also have a little bit left over from the last time I made this glaze, so I'm gonna try and use this up too. You definitely need to be wearing a respirator when you are mixing dry materials like this. Okay, I'm going to wait 24 hours now for the water to fully soak in. I do this with all of my glazes, including like the commercial pre-mixed kind. This gives it enough time for the water to fully like become one with the materials. So I'll see you tomorrow. Let's take a little break to talk about today's sponsor, Squarespace. Squarespace is an all-in-one website platform that artists and entrepreneurs use to stand out online. I've personally been using Squarespace ever since I started my online business because it has incredibly easy to use features, including their drag and drop website builder and integrated SEO tools. Whether you're just starting out or managing a thriving brand, Squarespace makes it easy to create a beautiful website to sell anything from physical products to memberships, digital products, and even services. You can also schedule appointments, create on-brand invoices, and send newsletters. And for the artists watching, you will love their cutting-edge design tools, where you can create a bespoke website that perfectly fits your brand or business. So head to squarespace.com right now for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/potterytothepeople for 10% off your very first website or domain. Now let's get back to the video. It's the next day, and this has soaked overnight. So what I'm going to do is sieve it now. So I've got my sieve. I've got an extra bucket, and I'm gonna sieve into this guy, and then we can sieve it back. So we'll sieve it twice so it can end up in the original bucket. Unfortunately, this sieve is like a kitchen sieve, so I don't actually have the mesh size on this. I can tell you like how big the holes are, like a millimeter. I don't know. I don't think it's necessarily that, it doesn't need to be that specific for the mesh size for this one because we're just trying to get out the big chunks. I don't really know like what all of this mineral buildup is. Is this some sort of chemical reaction? There's no way. I mean, certainly there's like pieces from my drill, mixer, and other things that I've done in this glaze in here, but I don't know what explains all of this. But this is actually one of the reasons I wanted to make this video now and actually like make more glaze, is because I knew this glaze needed to be sieved because these things would just stick to my bisque when I was glazing it. And I'm not sure. Maybe this glaze needs to be sieved from time to time. If you have any idea why this is happening, let me know down below in the comments. But even if it's some sort of chemical reaction, this glaze has been sitting here for probably, I don't know, at least a year, probably like 2 years. So it took a long time for this buildup to even occur. So don't worry about it. I don't know. Oh, and I should say, like, I had these stuck to some pieces and they did just melt in the kiln. So like they are parts of the glaze. It didn't cause any bad effects on my pieces. So, but they are kind of annoying to deal with. So I'm gonna clean them out. Clean. See the second sieve, there's just a tiny little bit. So the sieve works, it did its job. Now I'm going to test the glaze and I'm going to do what you definitely should do, which is test it on one piece before glazing a whole batch. I want to glaze all of these with the transparent glaze, but I'm going to do one. I'm limiting myself just in case something went wonky with this glaze. I have no idea. Maybe they got the material from a different supplier. Maybe I messed up the proportions. You never know. It's not worth doing all of this. I'll just test it on one. And because I just cleaned up and it's been about 5 minutes, I'm going to stir this again. All right, little guy, be good. Okay, so this is why we test. I just unloaded the kiln, and I don't know if you can tell, but there is like this, there's little specks. There's little hard specks on here that I don't think I can knock off. And regardless, I don't want them in my glaze. I think I should have used a finer sieve. I should definitely have done that. So I'm going to re-sieve my glaze with a finer sieve. And thank God I did not fire everything. Oh my goodness. So this finer sieve, I tried to measure earlier. I think it's something like 1/2 millimeter, 1/3 of a millimeter. I really wish these had gauges, but they just don't. Let's do this one more time. Look at all of this extra stuff. Okay, lesson learned, sieve with the finest sieve. I feel like I've done this before. Like, I'm getting flashbacks now. I think I've made this exact same mistake in the past. So, while this might be a little risky now, I do want to go ahead and glaze these pots now, like all of them with this glaze, because the color turned out great. Like the glaze itself turned out really, really great. And I honestly, like, I don't have anything else to fire now with another sample, and I don't want to fire the piece by itself. Like I don't want to fire one pot in a whole kiln by themselves. So I think I'm gonna take the risk and glaze them all now. I do believe this glaze is going to be just fine. Like this, it looks great. Like if it wasn't for the speckly bits that are sticking out very uncomfortably, can't imagine drinking out of this. It is fine, like the glaze works. So we're gonna trust the fact that we sieved it now, and we're going to glaze the rest of them. These are, by the way, my cloud cups. I used to make these all the time. I haven't made them in ages, and I don't know why. I think I just like forgot, honestly. But I really, really love them. And they're some of my most popular pieces. So I'm excited to have these available again. They're just fun. Like they're very simple, but with like a little bit of a spiral going on. I think they're very cute. Time to empty the kiln. I'm still quite worried about these little dots remaining in the glaze. I don't know why, it's irrational. I sieved them through a really fine mesh, so they should be okay, but I'm still worried. And then I would have a whole kiln load of pieces that would be messed up. Okay. I'm so happy with the results. The glaze looks exactly like it should. Definitely learned my lesson to sieve at the finest mesh. But yeah, I love this glaze so much because it's so reliable and there's no milkiness when you have multiple layers of it or like drips or stuff. It never turns milky, which is the problem that I had with transparent glaze in the past. This one, you can see if you look closely, there's a drip right here, but there's absolutely no milkiness, which is awesome. Okay, if you're interested in these pots, I will have them available in my web shop. They are all slightly different sizes. I don't know if you can tell from there, like, they're all a little bit different. I just kind of threw them very freely. Also, don't forget to check out Mia Mueller, who is the creator and developer of this glaze recipe. I will have her Patreon as well as the glaze recipe down below in the video description. All right, friends, that's it for me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, friends.